Hello guys, welcome back with Wealthy Banda. Today I'll provide you an update on my investment with Fundrise. Now if you are brand new to this channel and you don't know what Fundrise is, it's a real estate crowdfunding platform that allows anyone to invest in real estate with only $10 US. Now Fundrise is by far one of the best private real estate out there. You can literally go ahead and put $10 and invest in a diversified portfolio. Have single family housing, multi-family housing and commercial. So if you really have zero experience with real estate, this might be the best platform to start with. But I'm going to be honest, as the real estate start getting a big hit, we're going to start seeing that this being reflected in pretty much every real estate app. And Fundrise, unfortunately, just like as any other real estate platform, have started feeling the heat. Now, I'm expecting that the real estate market to continue to decline, but I want to go ahead and give you guys a reflection right now in the third quarter in 2022. What exactly happened with my portfolio? Now, I have a little bit over $6,000 with Fundrise, and unfortunately, my third quarter performance was a huge disappointment for me. So I want to go ahead and share with you my third quarter performance with Fundrise and whether I think it's still a good idea to continue investing with this platform. But before I go ahead and do so, if you guys appreciate the effort and time we're putting in making this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. It helps us a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you decided to go ahead and sign up to Fundrise after watching this video, make sure to check our link in the description. You can get $50 sign up bonus for simply using this link. Now let's go ahead and jump in. Now you can see right now on my account I have 6,580 and you can see it have been growing over time. Again, I joined the platform a little bit over 2 years ago, and overall I have been adding money whenever I have an opportunity. I also have the auto investment, so it keeps just adding more money to my account every month. Now overall I have been seeing literally my account increasing from one quarter to another, from 1 month to another, and this has been going on until recently. So if you come here, you can see actually I have 612. If I move a little bit, it dropped a little bit, and this drop actually reflects my third quarter, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you that in a minute. Again, my overall, I'm still happy with Fundrise. I have no issue with the platform. So let me just give you an overview of how well did I do over the course of the last 2 years, right? I started with the total, my investment was only $5,491, and my total return is $1,088. Now this is actually everything: interest, appreciation, also refer a friend, which is not really much, but I got some money when you guys use my link in the description to sign up. You get $50 sign up bonus. I get as well $50 from this one, so it adds up. But my overall return, most of the money I'm getting here is coming really from appreciation. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you a little bit why I'm start being concerned in the third quarter. So again, overall I'm doing really well. Technically, if I do the math, I have around 10%, I guess, annualized return. So overall it's really good. But let's go ahead and click on my portfolio return. I can actually go here and say, hey, show me my total return of all time, and it will show me actually, yep, it's more than 10%, right? My overall return was around 13.4 across all portfolios. Now let's go ahead and see, for example, how well did I do in 2022, because this is the current year. This is where stuff starts slowing down. Last year in 2022, I was killing it. You can see I had my return 22.7. So I was doing really well last year because, again, real estate was going up like crazy. 2022, things start slowing down. My first 2 quarters actually were good. So I get 5.3 here. You can see my weight average for this year so far. So again, so far I'm doing really good compared to any other investment. 5.3 when we are looking at real estate, at gold, at everything else. Definitely this is a winner, right? But again, it starts slowing down. So if I come here, I don't know when a year to date, I see the first quarter of this year I did 3.1. Then comes the second quarter. Now I'm doing lower. I'm doing 2% return. And now in this third quarter, I'm starting seeing 0.2. And you can see my total return. This is a combination between both appreciation and dividend for this quarter. It was only 17.94. And if I go down here, you will see actually where my concerns start showing up. You will see a little bit more detail. So my East Coast, for example, it was minus 1.1. Now what you are seeing here, these are position. Technically, they are like a bucket of money, right? They are being invested in different areas. Some of these are focused on appreciation, other focus on dividend. Now, my portfolio overall, when with Fundrise, I am focused on income. I'm not focused on appreciation. I always try to focus on, I want the high return. for passive income. And you can see this even my plans, my strategy, everything, right? So they tend to invest my money mostly in properties that actually provide, fixed income. So you can see as well, I have other few here like East Coast. My East Coast was minus 1.1. The gross E-rate is minus 7.2. And this is the people who actually invested with Fundrise, and their strategy is focused on appreciation. They kind of probably already felt really bad in the third quarter. They probably actually seen a negative return. For me, it wasn't the case, because if I click on this, how much money I had in this, only like $250, right? Again, my focus is not appreciation. I'm always looking at the dividend. And this is my strategy, have been actually across all platforms. You want to have that passive income. It doesn't matter, like if you are looking for real estate, if you're looking for something else, you want to have that, fixed income coming to you every month to cover your expenses, right? So overall, my portfolio is still very solid, but I'm start feeling the heat. I'm expecting things gonna get worse, right? And even if you go back here, if you go to the news feed and read articles that's being bought by Fundrise, they are putting third quarter letter to investors. If you read it, they are talking about, the recession. They are talking about they expecting properties to continue to decline. They have even here, you cannot find the Fed. So they have been start highlighting this for a lot of us. Watch out. Things are going to get worse, right? Expect that, overall the return might even go negative. Again, this is my third quarter. I'm getting my money to the bank, 36 point something, which is a little bit lower than the second quarter, but I don't mind. I'm still, getting around $12 a month on my 6,000, considered very good. Again, the way I see it, as long as they are able to continue sending me, checks, payment for this, regardless of the economy, it makes it a solid investment for me, because it's telling me, hey, I'm investing in something that would do well even in a recession. So again, I'm going to go to my properties, see the type of properties I'm invested in. And again, it doesn't matter if you started with Fundrise with $10 or you started with them with 10,000, right? You probably would be invested in so many properties. You can see here, I'm having properties that I believe this one is actually commercial. This one, multifamily housing. Again, these are the stuff that will do well even in a bad economy. Multifamily housing is one of the best investment, because you have always rent coming from so many properties. Again, they have a lot of investment and it's a very diversified portfolio. And if I click on the view map, you guys can see how well I've been doing. Like, I'm invested across the United States. So I'm not going to be impacted only with one or two states. If things goes wrong in one state, no. If the economy overall goes wrong, my portfolio will be impacted. Fundrise is very solid, but here comes my concern. Like, I actually, after the second quarter, I considered withdrawing my money from Fundrise because I'm expecting it will decline. And again, it makes sense, right? Real estate gonna overall start going down. But I realized it may not be the smart idea, because you need to understand also there's tax implication. I have invested in Fundrise earlier 2022. So if I go ahead and withdraw the money I invested now, I will be paying a lot on taxes. Usually you want anything invested in real estate for at least more than 1 year in the investment. So I figured I can withdraw it, but again, it's probably not a great idea. And even if I withdraw it, eventually I want to reinvest it. I figure look, in real estate, I am looking at properties that look at them as long-term investment. So I'm thinking hey, these are long-term investment for me. So I don't really mind leaving the money in Fundrise. I don't need it. It's already creating for me passive income regardless. So I'm considering actually not withdrawing money at all from Fundrise. Instead, I'm going to stop adding more money on the short term. So I'm going to come in here, tell them, hey, let's go, for example, into the setting where I can go ahead and control this one. I'm going to click on auto invest. You can see I have, money coming in every month, and I'm trying to improve overall my position in cash, because I'm expecting things to get worse. You want to have as much cash flow as you can in a recession. Also, if there's an opportunity to invest in something more, this is when you want to put your money in. So I'm going to go ahead. They give you multiple options, which is actually very interesting. They give you an option to pause auto investment, and you can disable it. So if you pause it here, you can just put on, when you want them to go back and continue investing. Wow, this is actually pretty quite interesting. I think I can go all the way up to 6 months from now. So that's an option. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think overall I have a solid portfolio with 162 property. I don't need the money, so I'm thinking, why would I withdraw? Instead, I want to go continue build in. So let me not invest now, but maybe 6 months from now, I start adding more money. And the reason I'm saying waiting for 6 months, 6 months from now, I'm expecting the recession will get worse. And again, unfortunately, the economy is really looking bad. But the way I see it, let me be patient. Stay for 6 months, then I'm gonna come in and start adding more money. The reason I'm doing this, the NAV or the value right now for the share for each one of these properties is gonna decline. So technically I will be buying more for less. So instead of putting $100 this month, $100 next month, I can just wait 6 months and put $600 at the end of the 6 months, and probably I will make, buy in much lower price. So again, I'm trying to reduce my average cost. I know some of these property, unfortunately, are just, overvalued. Real estate overall, the last 2 years have been ridiculously overvalued, and this is what we are seeing. We're going to start seeing the decline. So again, my overall overview, I think, if you are starting or if you are looking to start with real estate in this economy, definitely Fundrise is the way to go. Start even with a small amount of money, right? But my recommendation, if you can keep as much cash as you can, it's better. So if you decided, hey, no, I have to start real estate investment now, hey, congratulations. Fundrise is the way to go. My take is, overall, I think Fundrise is still one of the most solid platforms for private real estate. They are not providing a killer dividend, and this is the only thing as well. It's not exciting for me. But overall, I'm like, hey, I am getting a really good exposure to real estate. I have a bunch of properties here. And again, most of these properties are being rented. If I have a property rented for 12 months, 2 years, I don't have to worry about it. The money gonna continue in. One thing I also want to point out, a lot of these projects are industrial, right? With the industrial project, what happens is you actually rent the property not for 1 or 2 years, for 5 or 10 years. So this is actually a good information, because say, hey, I guarantee I'm gonna have income from this property probably in Hagerstown Crossroad, whatever this is, right, for the next 5 years. So it doesn't matter what the economy is, as long as they are in business, they're gonna have to continue to pay. So this is just my take. I think, again, the fact that I have so much exposure, it's much more diversified, it's making me feel more comfortable with Fundrise than other platforms. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification button. Thank you guys, and stay tuned with Wesley Banda.